In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Saturday morning? What? They're like, wait a minute. Debate Crypto is not a Saturday morning thing. Well, guess what? Maybe it is now, right? So we're jumping on. Wanted to say and give you an early good morning. We haven't decided what we're going to call this stream yet. Maybe Miguel. I was just thinking. I'm going to think out loud real quick. Maybe we come on in the metaverse, and it's literally Saturday morning cartoons with Debate Crypto, right? And we literally are our avatar self. I don't know. Just throwing out an idea. But yeah, good morning. We are going to run over a few topics and just hit up the crypto space, guys. So Miguel, what's on the podium this morning?
Taproot, big upgrade coming for Bitcoin, was mentioned earlier this year in June, but everybody's forgotten about it since then. But it's going live today, so it's a big change for Bitcoin. And then next up we have stimulus checks. What would you have made if you would have invested your first stimulus of $1,200 back in April of 2020?
I always love those because the idea behind these, and we'll get into it, but the idea behind the what would you have made if you would have invested is funny to me, because I think a lot of people, unfortunately, probably still would make terrible decisions, and whatever. Anyway, we'll get into it. So good morning. If you guys are in the live chat, make sure you smash up the likes. It really helps out the algorithm, lets people know that you're like actually watching, that you actually care. Obviously, you can comment, share, all that good stuff. If you're over in TikTok, we are in Debate Crypto right now. Over on YouTube, we are giving away, just as a reminder, we keep reminding people every stream, we're giving away $500, 500, 500, not $5, not 50, 500, 2 days before Christmas. So that is going to be an exciting little Christmas present for somebody. So, hey, if you want it to be you, all you got to do, we're not asking you to do 10 million things. We're just asking you to be subscribed. So we appreciate all the support. So let's get into it. Let's do a little market watch, see what's going on here. Okay. So we jumped over to CoinMarketCap. Let me make my screen a little bigger. Here we go. Okay, so the total market cap actually is down from a couple days ago, but we're at 2.827 trillion with a T dollars. That is a huge number. That $3 trillion market cap seems to be some sort of a resistance a little bit. And for all the beginners that you see people doing all this technical analysis and talking about support and resistance and this, that, and the third, the entire crypto market cap, the chart on the entire crypto, on the entire crypto space, right, is similar in many ways to just analyzing a single, Bitcoin or whatever, right? And so ultimately you have support levels, you have resistance levels, and people are still looking at the crypto space as a whole. Let's see here. The biggest gainers. I'm going to stop doing this biggest gainers, because every time these biggest gainers are these ridiculous freaking
I just want to make a quick shout out to the trending number 2 simp token. Where are all my simps at? Start smashing up that like button. Simp gang in the chat.
Simp gang for life. Yeah. Listen, whenever we look at the coinmarketcap.com trending biggest gainers and recently added, I literally don't see a single what I would consider to be probably a legitimate project on there. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, we've got Uniswap Finance, Bitball, and Angry Squid.
I mean, come on. We already had Squid Game have a rug pull. And now they came back with a vengeance. Now they're angry Squid, and it's up 626%.
That's right.
I'm sure they're going to be a lot angrier when they get rug pulled again.
That's right. If they get rug pulled again, what is it going to be? The murderous squid? Are they coming back to absolutely slit some throats? Or I don't know. But let's check it out. So rounding out the top 10, we've got Bitcoin at 64.7. We've got ETH at 46.77. We've got Binance Coin up at $646. Gosh, that has been pumping. Tether at a smooth even $1. Good job, Tether. Number 5, Solana's at $236. Cardano still hanging around that $2 slot, right? $2.07. XRP loves hanging around that $1 slot, $1.19. Which actually that's up a nice little bit from what it had been. Polkadot number 8 at $46.28, and 9 USD coin at a smooth $1. Good job, USDC. And then number 10, Dogecoin, 25 cents. So that's the top 10. We are down below 3 trillion. We did touch 3 trillion. Now we are hopefully headed back up. We are up a couple percent today. What are we up? 1.74% on the day overall. Miguel, what do you think for this weekend? Are you thinking we're going to have a green weekend? Are you thinking we're going to have a red weekend? I know weekends can be kind of slow. What do you think?
Yeah. So I think we're going to have overall a green weekend, but I don't think we're going to see any massive price movements up or down. I think we're going to kind of have steady, calm weekend, nothing crazy.
Yeah, the weekends seem to be kind of boring a lot of times, but there's that random weekend where you just get a huge pump. And I think that you guys need to know that that's always, it's not a coordinated effort by a whole bunch of Miguel and Nicks, right? There's always whales jumping in on the weekend and saying, hey, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity, and they hit it. So let me switch screens here right quick. Let's see here. Let's what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Bitcoin or the stimulus checks first, Miguel?
Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin all day, every day.
How did I guess the Maxi wanted to talk about Bitcoin? All right, here we go. So let me zoom in even a little bit more for you. Boom. Okay, so Bitcoin Taproot upgrade improves the network as BTC price impact may be limited. This upgrade focuses on the expansion of Bitcoin's network smart contracts capabilities and improves privacy on the network. I love the artwork right here, I should say. A little Bitcoin looking like a freaking carrot with all this roots coming, and planting in. Those roots need to be planted into your brain. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is set to undergo a major network upgrade, Taproot, in nearly 2 days, i.e. November 14th, which is today. Oh, is that today? Hold on a second. Is that today?
14th is tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Okay. Or 255 blocks later, as per data from Taproot.watch. This is the first significant upgrade since the segregated witness, which eventually culminated the development and launch of the Lightning Network in 2018. The original Taproot proposal was made by Bitcoin core contributor and former Blockstream chief training officer Gregory Maxwell on January 23rd, 2018. Let me pause real quick. Miguel, do you know, because I don't, do you know any of the, like I know EIP 1550. Now I know some things from ETH. Do you know any Bitcoin upgrades?
They just said it, the segue.
No, I mean, do you know, oh yeah, this upgrade did this? I feel like
we haven't had an upgrade since Segwit.
Since then. Okay, cool. All right, leave it to the Maxi to know the info on that. Thank you, Miguel. I appreciate it. While the previous SegWit upgrade was aimed to resolve transaction malleability and improve the scalability of the Bitcoin network, the Taproot upgrade is targeted to improve transaction efficiency, the privacy of the network, and its ability to support smart contract initiatives. The upgrade was set into motion only after attaining 90% consensus among the Bitcoin mining nodes on June 12th, as announced by Bitcoin developer Hampus Schoberg on Twitter. I'm sure I just smashed that name, like absolutely butchered it, but Schoberg also made the Taproot.watch website to track the updates for the Taproot upgrade. Miguel, without going like head into hands into this article, tell me, what's the Taproot upgrade? What is it doing? What are we trying to achieve here?
So basically, in simplest terms, what the Taproot upgrade is going to do is, right now when you do a transaction on Bitcoin, the Bitcoin block, right, all those transactions keeps record of the address that is sending the Bitcoin and the address receiving the Bitcoin. Okay. What they're doing to save space is they're combining both addresses into one new address, so it creates a layer of privacy that way. So you can't really trace back where these transactions are coming from who and who they're going to. So right there, that creates a layer of privacy. At the same time, they're saving space in Bitcoin and its blocks to be able now to add smart contract capabilities to Taproot, to Bitcoin with the Taproot upgrade. So that's going to be a big game changer. That's where the big focus is. One, privacy, right? That's very important. People don't understand privacy. People don't respect privacy enough, but privacy is huge. So that is amazing. And the fact that now Bitcoin could possibly have smart contracts at some point in the future. Not saying it's going to happen tomorrow or next year, But the fact that it exists now, the capability exists to have some level of smart contracts, will definitely
Wow.
build an ecosystem on Bitcoin if they do it right.
Wow. So hold on, that's huge. So what you're suggesting, or not even suggesting, what you're saying is that if this upgrade goes as per the plan, we are going to have somebody at some point, probably before too long, building on top of the Bitcoin network smart contracts.
Yes.
Wow. That's
Yes.
incredible. So, for those of you that are new, smart contract is let me just say this: smash up the likes, right? We appreciate all the support. If you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We're giving away $500. That's your little friendly reminder for the day. But we are a channel that is all about two things: education and game planning. Right? We want to help you get educated so that you can set up a game plan. So let's start with something simple. We try to simplify things down to the easiestly digestible words as possible. So let's make it simple. A smart contract is computer code that says if this happens, then this is the result. It's literally that simple. Okay. On Ethereum, smart contracts, right, are used all the time. They're used in NFTs and everything else. They're a big part of what makes an NFT an NFT. But they are literally saying in DeFi, if you put this here, then you're going to receive this. And that code is called immutable. Immutable means it cannot be changed or altered. So smart contracts on Bitcoin, I think the biggest, and Miguel, correct me if I'm wrong, wouldn't probably the biggest issue right off the bat that people are going to, because everybody's always got a complaint, right? Nothing's ever perfect,
Yeah.
whatever. Isn't the biggest problem right off the bat if you start operating smart contracts on Bitcoin the speed of the network? Is that correct?
Well, that's what we have the Lightning Network for, right? And that's why
Right.
they're building up the Lightning Network to be able to do these high speed transactions. So
Okay.
that's why I'm saying it's not going to be anytime like tomorrow is going to be
Right.
happening, but the
Yeah.
capability is now being presented. And the thing about Bitcoin is the big difference about Bitcoin to other crypto assets. One, it's not as smart, right? Because it doesn't have smart contracts,
Right.
but it takes a long time to get consensus. Like you said in the article, 90% of the miners had to come to consensus to make this happen. So that doesn't happen every day. That takes a long time to
Yeah.
decide what is going to happen, what route they're going to take. And it's Bitcoin is slow in that aspect. Bitcoin is takes more time to, it's hard when you already have a foundation of what a code is supposed to work, and now you're adding a whole new branch to the code that is going to divert from its main purpose to something new. That happens to a lot of crypto assets when they get created, and then later down the road, people want to take it a different route. It's a very difficult turn to make. So
Yeah.
it's going to take Bitcoin some time, but that just shows you that Bitcoin does adapt. Bitcoin does grow with time. Everyone that trash talks Bitcoin long
Yeah.
period of time. And yes, Bitcoin is not as shiny and new as all these smart contracts and new projects coming out every day, but it shows that Bitcoin can survive long term into the future along with these other crypto assets because they will adapt. And at the end
Yeah.
of the day, Bitcoin will be held as a store of value for what it is, right? The father of all cryptos, and you'll see it evolving slowly with time. I mean, nothing moves slower than governments, and governments haven't become outdated. So therefore, Bitcoin is not going to become outdated anytime
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Let me share my screen because I know the thing that most people want to hear about. They're like, listen, you guys can tell us all about this, but tell me, how is it going to impact my finances, right? So let's talk about towards the end of the article, it says short-term price impact is limited. The days leading up to the upgrade have been interesting for Bitcoin as an investment asset as well. The token briefly hit an all-time high of $69,000 on November 12th before crashing almost $7,000 to under $63,000 price mark. The token currently trades just below 64,000. This irritates the heck out of me that they keep calling this a token. But the token currently trades just below $64,000 as per data from CoinMarketCap. The asset currently has a market capitalization of over 1.2 trillion with a T dollars, holding over the coveted $1 trillion mark for nearly a week now.
How
Miguel,
dare they? How dare they disrespect Bitcoin, calling it a
right,
token?
calling it a token, guys. Again, back to the building blocks here, right? We need to tell some of the people writing these articles, a token, right, is built on top of another network, right? Bitcoin is on the Bitcoin blockchain, right? So like it is a coin, not a token. A token would be Matic on, and that's usually the one I use because I love Ethereum so much. My girlfriend, I got to talk about her. Matic, Polygon is built on top of the Ethereum network, right? So therefore, it is a token. At any event, that just kind of so here's my thoughts on this. The price impact of, and we've seen this a number of times. I feel like the price impact of upcoming upgrades does one of two things. One, either the price gets the price impact gets baked in, where leading up to it, and we did see a nice little rise up the past week up until the last couple days. I feel like the price, it gets baked in, but really what I see happen more often than not is we see a little bit of a correction. And here's what I think. Tell me if you think differently, Miguel. I think that a lot of times when these upgrades happen, people don't have a lot of faith because there's so many different assets that aren't able to actually capitalize and follow through right off the rip on the same time, on the same date that they say they're going to. It just doesn't happen. And so I think a lot of times people get a little bit, they lose some confidence in the ability to actually perform or to be able to do what they say they're going to do. And I think that could partially have a thing to do, but let's be real. Bitcoin dropping a few $1,000s right now. There's a word for it that everybody hates to hear, especially if you're new to the space. It's called healthy, right? We do not need a straight up, rocket, a bottle rocket just flying off, because the only way, have you ever seen a bottle rocket come back down? How does it come back down? Woo, right? We don't need that. We don't need that.
I think what happens, at least with Bitcoin, is people are not patient enough, and people don't really understand upgrades. People don't understand update. People don't understand code. So they think something amazing is going to happen the moment it launches, right? And not every upgrade is like Ethereum's EIP 1559 that automatically creates a burning effect, and you're going to see something in real time starting to affect Ethereum. And even then, it didn't really affect Ethereum. All these upgrades are kind of like the Bitcoin halving. Nothing happens the day of. It is a slow dwindling effect as that update grows within the network, and you start to slowly see an effect to the blockchain or to the crypto asset that had an upgrade. Same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not going to have anything amazing happen to it the minute this upgrade occurs. There's going to be some celebration. Maybe we have a little green day that day or not. A lot of people use it as buy the rumor, sell the news events. But the real benefits come in the long term with these upgrades. Look at EIP 1559. The big benefits are now, right after it's burned $3.8 billion worth of Ethereum, where Ethereum's supply is now growing by less than 1% in a year, right? And it's going to continuously get more and more deflationary with time as more volume happens on Ethereum. So smart contracts capability coming onto Bitcoin is going to be something that we're going to foresee in the future at better benefits when they start actually creating something on the Bitcoin ecosystem and start creating an ecosystem for Bitcoin. That's when we're going to start seeing the benefits for it. And that's the thing. People are not they don't see into the future with these upgrades or these updates because they don't really understand them. And that's the problem with that.
Yeah, and I think part of it too is that's hard to understand, is that, or hard to look back on. If you were if you were around for the internet, when the internet first came around, it was very, very, very basic. I mean, let's go back even when they had actually made some advances. At the point that AOL, right?
Back
right?
when the internet used to come in the mail on a CD.
Yeah, exactly, right. And you had dial up, right? We were literally using our phone lines to dial in. Okay. That's where that's not even where we started. We started even farther back than that, but that's where I really remember it starting, right? And it took forever, right? Forever to do anything. Now we're irritated if a live streaming video even hesitates, if it even glitches. Do we have any understanding of how far things have come? And so I think it's the same idea as it relates to these cryptocurrencies, right? They have to start somewhere, right? The idea gets introduced. They do need liquidity. They do need money, right? To be able to build up these projects. The money's got to come from somewhere, right? And so as people continue to dump money into some of these projects, they're able to grow and grow and grow. And the ones that are legit, the ones that are not just a money grab, the assets that are trying to change the world, i.e., Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Those are going to capitalize on the opportunity to change and to move forward and to advance our society. And I think sometimes we lose sight of that. And so speaking of moving, well, actually, Miguel, let's take a couple questions before we move on to the. Let's take a couple questions before we move on to the last topic here today. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Not seeing a lot of questions, a lot of chatter.
Okay.
But somebody said, "Do you like KuCoin?" Yes, I think KuCoin is very underrated. Now, recently, it came out of the woodwork, and everybody wants to get on KuCoin because a lot of small market cap coins are on there, and they're getting listed onto KuCoin. But KuCoin's been around for many, many years, all the way since 2018. I've been using KuCoin, and it's always been been very good exchange. It has some pretty good security, no KYC. So that's always a good big plus for me.
Pull up Tony Skog says right now the metaverse and play to earn. So right now, metaverse and play to earn coins are killing it right now. I'm pulling 20 to 60% gains daily on different coins in this sector. KuCoin is a treasure chest. Listen, Tony, you are a freaking animal, bro. That is fantastic. You are forward thinking. The reality is this is where our world is headed. You guys hear us talk about this a lot, and you probably can't figure out, are these two guys just the dorkiest bearded men on the internet? Or do they actually have some foresight and some thoughts that might be thinking and advancing forward, right? I actually just got kicked off for dangerous acts. I just got kicked off of my TikTok. Yeah, and so obviously somebody mass reported me. I have no idea what that could be for, but that just happened. So at any event, I think it's because people get irritated. Sorry, this kind of sidetracked me. I think people get irritated when I'm not answering their questions. I literally had a ton of people like blasting through. I have a background on there that says, come subscribe to Debate Crypto. We're literally live on YouTube. What a freaking joke.
It goes back to what we were just talking about. People are impatient. People need attention now. They need their gratification right now. And it's like, hey, if you just take this one simple step and jump on over to YouTube, you'll get your questions answered.
Yeah. So I don't know. It is, what's the date today? It's today 10/14.
The 13th. Today's 11/13, dude.
Really?
It's November.
I've never been in trouble. I literally am suspended until it says 15/25 on 14/10/21. 10. That's
what?
October. What?
I don't know.
At any event, it is what it is. I'm off of there. So at any event, let's get back to it. So so I guess what I'm getting at is the metaverse is absolutely where we are headed. We are excited about it.
Yeah, the metaverse is going to be huge. People don't understand how big the metaverse is going to be. I was actually watching a video on TikTok about it, basically explaining how in Fortnite they had these concerts where I think it was Scott somebody showed up, made a big concert, and I don't know, it was like 20 million people were on there attending the event online in that little mini metaverse of Fortnite. Yeah. So people have no problem attending metaverse, events. So this is going to be a huge thing where these performances, right, these concert performances of musicians can be so much bigger in the metaverse, not just in an aspect of how many people can attend, but the performance itself, right? They can make themselves as big as a skyscraper, have fireworks shooting out of their butt, right? Like they can do whatever they want. They can make a whole show that no one can ever replicate in real life. So I think the metaverse is going to be is extremely undervalued. Is right now might be a little pricey. Some of these metaverse coins and some of these metaverse lands might be pricey right now, but keep an eye out for them in the bear market, because at the end of the day, in the bear market, these coins will drop in value just like everything else, and that will be the prime time to start scooping up some digital land or some of these tokens or coins for the metaverse.
So, side note, just peeked. I have a list from 2 minutes ago of the same. Your live stream contains illegal activities and regulated goods violation has been terminated. Tap here to see details, and it's boom, boom, one after the other. So somebody went in and just started reporting me multiple times. It's just what a crock. At any event, it is what it is. So yeah, let's move on. So check this out before we get into this. We're about to talk about the stimulus package, right? And I think that the funny part about what we're going to talk about is the stimulus has ultimately, as a net, hurt. And I do believe this. You can argue with, tell me I'm wrong, whatever. I think the stimulus as a net has long term hurt our society. Yeah, it must have
Oh
felt
yeah,
great for
money
people to
printing.
be getting checks for free and whatever. But ultimately, we're just blasting out, just printing money. And though it might have felt good for however long or however much money you got or whatever, it is going to hurt the entire society as a whole. And I'm not trying to be funny, but like, never mind, doesn't matter. I didn't
I mean,
freaking get them anyway. So I guess I feel a little bit different. Now it has nothing to do with that. The ultimately it wouldn't have mattered, right? The reality is it does just has that money printer
people need to
going.
realize that nothing, absolutely nothing in this world is ever free.
Yeah,
Nothing. Everything has a consequence. Everything has a price that you will pay. If you were getting free money multiple times throughout 2020, we're paying it now. You're paying higher gas. You're paying higher price points for food. Everything is getting more and more expensive, more and
yeah,
more expensive. So all that money that they gave you short term is, if you didn't waste it, if you didn't spend it already, poof, it's going away now rapidly with all these price increases, because you got to put gas every week and a half or so. You got to go buy groceries every week or so. And with the prices, dude, my wife and I, we're just two. We go buy food for about a week and a half. It's like
yeah,
$240
yeah,
if you try to eat somewhat relatively healthy, unless you're just
right,
buying frozen macaroni and cheese at Walmart and filling up your cart with that. You're going to be spending $240 on a week's worth of food, which is not even a lie. That's just for two people. Most
yeah,
households have 4 to 5 people in them, easy.
yeah. I totally agree with you. Stimulus, you'd profit 912% investing your April 2020 check in Bitcoin. So, if the U.S. paid its citizens a $1,200 stimulus pay to cushion them against COVID-19 effect, or the U.S. did pay $1,200 to cushion them against COVID-19 effects, if one had invested the funds into
You can't say
Bitcoin
those
instead,
words, bro.
what? Oh, yeah. If one had invested the funds in Bitcoin instead, they'd have profited 912%. As the panorama wreaked havoc on global economies, nations took steps to cushion their people from its effects. The U.S. did too, through a stimulus package. It launched the Economic Impact Payment Act of April 2020 in April 2020. Through the EIP, also known as the CARES Act, Americans were eligible for a payment of upwards of $1,200 for a single person. They received the first disbursements by mid that April. The
Get to the
funds.
good stuff, dude. Scroll down and tell them the numbers, bro. Tell them the numbers.
All right. According to CoinDesk, one BTC exchanged for $7,129.26 on the 20th of April, 2020. Therefore, your check of $1,200 would have bought 0.1683 BTC. At the time of writing, BTC exchanges at $65,012.89. Your 0.1683 BTC holdings would be worth $10,941.67. As such, you would have made a profit of $9,741.67, representing a 912% return. Let me touch on this real quick
Oh
before you
yeah.
dive into it, Miguel. It is a fantastic thing to talk about, the fact that the stimulus could have done all of this great things. And I know that there are
I
a
mean,
lot of
they
people that
did.
absolutely
Not that they
capitalize.
could have. They did.
Right. Right. There's a lot of people that capitalize on this. So heck yeah. Here's what I don't like about these type of articles. You guys know we try to bring things back to earth a little bit. This article suggests that those same people just getting into Bitcoin. Now think this through. These same people, right now, it doesn't mean that it had to be brand new, fresh people, but let's use a new person as an example. Gets in, right? End of April. They are literally getting in. Was it the end of April? I don't remember what it couldn't have been April. What? April, we were damn near at the top.
2020, bro.
Oh,
2020,
2020.
not
I'm sorry.
2021.
Okay, yeah. So people just sorry. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. So people just getting in. That assumes that they literally would have held through a couple different massive movements. It just makes a lot of assumptions that I think are not assumed. There's a lot of people
It's
that
not
did not
assumptions.
hold.
It's not assumptions, bro. It's diamond hands, baby.
Oh my
Diamond
God.
hands. Right. So the people that did it, the people that got into Bitcoin, into Ethereum, whatever it was at that time, were not brand new people to the space, right? We're not brand new to investing, because during that time, everything was plummeting hard. Bitcoin had just started to bounce back up from its lows in March of practically $4,000.
Yeah.
The stock market was still tanking hard. People
Yeah.
were still robbing toilet paper and trying to, rob each other for toilet paper out there. So it was a crazy time. The only people that actually did it were people that already were in crypto previously, were already aware of crypto, or were just aware of investing in general and
Yeah.
said, wait a minute, this crypto thing might have had some potential, and now it's at all-time lows. I'm definitely going to scoop some up with this free money. Now that I got free money, I can risk it, right? Easy money, easy go. So, why not? Or were the only people that actually did it. New investors, new people to crypto definitely didn't do it. They thought the world was going to end, like the majority of the world did, and didn't get into stuff like that. But if we're talking about Bitcoin, right? They would have look. That's how much money they would have made in Bitcoin. You know how much money they would have made if they would have bought ETH?
Oh yeah.
They would have bought ETH, bro.
Yeah.
ETH
Hold on.
at
I'm going to
that
tell you.
time.
Keep talking. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah,
Hold on.
ETH in April of 2020 was somewhere near
I'm about to look.
About 200.
April of 20. So
200.
April of 20, April 20th, I think exactly was the date that they gave. It was $182.60.
What did I just say? About $200. $200. So let's do some rain math.
Yep,
Rain Man
got it.
math for me. $1,200
Got it.
into 180. How much ETH is that?
You're saying $1,200 into 180. You've got 800 no, about 7 ETH.
All right. And how much is 7 ETH today?
7 ETH today is going to be, what are we at right now? Hold on, we're at 46.
We're at 46.
7 ETH is $32,000.
So from 1,200 to $32,000. So that would have been 31,000 and some change of profit right there,
dude.
Off
this
one
is why
stimulus.
Look, I've
dude,
been dating this girl for a long time, bro.
Listen. It gets crazy because that's just one stimulus check. They gave out 3. They gave out 3, bro. They gave out 3.
Yeah. I mean, we've been telling people to buy crypto.
And it was all during 2020. The highest that Ethereum was around that time was maybe 400, 500, 600 bucks throughout 2020. Didn't really blast off until 2021. So if you would have put those 3 checks into ETH, massive gains. Like 6 digits gains.
Ridiculous. And hey, Jody, just wanted to let you know in the chat, you are officially speaking with Rain Man. That my math skills will never be questioned again in the chat. So please just drop your apology in the chat, and we'll get on with. No, I'm just.
He said. Oh yeah, 32.
I know. I know. I'm totally kidding. Yeah, dude. There was the reality is this: we've been talking to you about the fact that buying and holding crypto is a winner. I don't care where you got the money from. I don't care if you sold a house. Look at this. Let's say you sold a house. The market was exponentially up. You take a huge amount of profit. You believe in the crypto space. Instead of going and dumping it into the down payment on your next house, you drop it into, let's just say, ETH. You want to hear some freaking Rain Man math. If you made 50 grand, right, on the sale of your house, and you put that into ETH, right? And you literally, right? Now we're talking about 300 ETH, right? 300 ETH. You could have literally bought not quite 300. It's actually about 280 ETH. But let's just call it 300 ETH. 300 ETH right now. What's the number again? What are we at? Oh yeah.
46.
So yeah. So 300 ETH right now would be 13.8 million, or I mean $1.38 million.
Sweet baby Jesus.
50 grand into 1.38 million. So what's the, Miguel, please tell the viewers, what's the moral of the story?
Make your money work for you.
Yes.
And DCA and HODL, right? That is the name of the game when it comes to crypto. Yep. The thing is that most people got that money and spent it, whether it was on toilet paper or it was on noodles or whatever it was. They spent it because easy money, easy come, easy go, right? That is like a law. That is like a physics law, bro. People get easy money, instantly spend it right out the door because they know it's going to come again real quick.
Yep.
So the moral of the story is make your money work for you, right? With easy money like that, I understand some people really needed it for certain, things that were very important. But if you didn't need it, which was a good portion of people that didn't need it, that was free money to start investing. Investing is what makes your money grow for you. Putting it in the bank account and saving it, well, look what would have been happening. You would have been losing it to gas prices, to food prices going up, and not least 6.2% inflation that we're seeing.
Inflation,
yeah. So your money would have been lost sitting in the bank doing nothing if you would have saved all those stimulus checks. If you would have been putting it into crypto and investing your money, you would have made your money make money.
Yep. Guys, smash up the likes if you are enjoying this stream. The one thing we have trouble with is we got a lot of people viewing. We've got a lot of that, which is great. Fantastic. We love the support. For 2 seconds, you just X out of the live chat. Hit the like button. You can come right back into the live chat. We would really appreciate it. And again, as a reminder, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to Debate Crypto. We are giving away $500 2 days before Christmas. That'll be a nice little Christmas present for someone to win. Miguel, anything in the chat or any closing thoughts before we jump out of here?
Yeah, so we have Joshua Collins here says you can stake, mine, borrow against it with a loan. Exactly. It's about making money. Make more money for you, whether it's through staking, whether it's through investing into mining, whether it's doing loan arbitrage, taking out loans, putting your money that you've taken out as a loan up in a lending platform to earn 8% or 12%, whatever it is, and then keep the difference between the interest rate on your loan and what you're gaining and paying off the loan that way. All these strategies are about money making money.
Right. I'm with it, man. I ultimately just want to leave you guys with one thought. This works long term. So no matter what your strategy is, this is the future. We are going to see a world in which crypto is absolutely just a norm, right? It didn't start that way, and you are still early. As a reminder, this is your friendly early reminder. You are still early. Yes. And no matter what your strategy is, unless your strategy is to buy the tops and sell the bottoms, don't do that, right? If your strategy is even just to buy and hold because it's less stressful, you don't have to watch the markets, this, that, and the third, guys, it freaking works. And so I just want to tell every single person watching today, we love you. If no one else has told you that before today, and until next time, hodl like it's hot.